So we're nearing kind of the point where the character is reading pretty well. There are a lot of shapes that we still need to correct. So let's go ahead and just get that down and kind of get this to the best that we can. So couple shapes that I'm looking at here. I'm really looking at this. I have the muzzle kind of jammed up on the eye, and there's a lot more room in the reference between these two. So that's one of the areas that I'm going to go and kind of correct. Also, I'm kind of, if I close this out, and then let's get this render view file open. Open. Cool. So looking at this here, when we're at this angle, we kind of have this bump. We kind of have that here, but the eyes seem to come out a little further. So we'll need to pull out the eyes a little bit more and maybe pull in this shape, because I don't think this shape is going to come out as far. So that's probably one of the easier things to do. So let's go ahead and sculpt geometry tool. We'll go grab our sculpt geo and then just kind of round this stuff off. So that's not bad. And then we'll just go and start pulling this in. Maybe with the multi tool, we'll tap B, bring it up. Kind of bring it in with the move tool there. So we'll kind of pull that in just a little bit, and there is kind of an arc from here to here, and I really lost that. So we'll also want to kind of round off these shapes. So we'll hold this, shift, double click. So now we have that, and then we'll just pull up. Whoops. Pull up. No, we'll just do it by hand. Well, I guess it is all by hand, but you get the point. So we'll grab these points and then just kind of start rounding that off. Let's cool. So that was doing shift double clicking with the polygons. So that was that. So let's grab these guys, kind of pull them forward a bit. There we go. So kind of pull that forward, and then we'll play with these a bit. Kind of pull that forward some. Grab the eye. We'll hit Control A, grab our layer editor. Kind of position these. Or position the eye in place again. We'll get this out here, turn off tweak mode, and then just kind of play. And just kind of see if nah. Nope. I think maybe the eyes. No. Actually, it's not reading too bad. We'll go ahead and we'll kind of pull in the center area, and we'll pull that out. And then we'll get these to come down, this area to come down, because that's kind of bothering me now. So we'll go grab we'll grab multi, and then we'll just pull down. I'm actually going to pull down at an angle, maybe this edge angle. So we'll grab this, we'll grab our edge, and then we'll select U, and then we'll pull down. We'll a larger brush, kind of pull down, and with the soft selection, let's make sure that we have surface on. So we'll bring down that radius a little bit, kind of pull that down, grab this, start pulling it down. Cool, let's just get that distance in here between that eye and that muzzle, since that was kind of bothering me a bit. We'll bring that up. And then we'll have this more at an angle. Angles, you gotta love them. And then we'll pull you back just a bit. Cool. Okay, we'll double click U, and then we'll go, hey, let's go to object. So then we'll start shaping this out. It's feeling a little wide in here. So let's go ahead and first shape this up. Turn on tweak mode again. Tweak mode, oh, I miss you so. Alright, so this would be the corner of the mouth there. Alright, we'll hide. We'll get you there. Maybe start pulling this down a little bit. Start shaping this out. Multi, and this will start to bring in this way. Bam. And then we can delete you, and then continue to draw up. Whoops. and draw that up, and then we'll grab this here. Cool, so then we'll just continue shaping. Shape your butt off. So we'll go ahead and get this. Cool, so this is going to be that cheek area that I've been talking about. Or this would be kind of the poof, the under eye region, and maybe this would be the cheek. So there we are. Round that off. And I'm completely away from the eyeball. It's kind of away, but away from the face, but that's okay. That is okay. These things happen. Let's just continue. Just kind of shaping these guys down. Maybe start pulling these down. Okay, we'll shape that out. Okay. We're just continuing with getting our rotating, or not rotating, but getting these arcs in the face, and just going with those notes, those points that I had observed from before, and that's kind of giving me my direction. Let's go ahead and just pull this some more. More. Singing is extra. Alright, so yeah, that's I think I'm liking that a lot better. It's reading, it's becoming more appealing. So we got that. We'll start to pull you in. We'll pull you in. Okay. Alright, we'll start pulling this stuff up. Start playing with our arcs in there, and maybe start getting these guys to come in a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. We'll get you down here. Get you down. Pull you in. Pull you down. Down. And pull these up and around. Okay, and then these guys I can finally bring into the eye. Got the eye at the panda, I'm modeling it out. Okay, that was bad. I apologize. Not really, but I meant to do it. Alright, so let's take these and just drawing them in. Drawing them in. Alright. Got you there. And then we'll insert that and that. We'll sculpt geo this out. So we'll sculpt geometry tool, smaller brush, tap, 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 tap. Alright, tap, 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 tap on the drums. Alright, so we get this, and whoops, wrong key. Scope geometry tool. There we are. So then we take these guys and just kind of bring them in, and then I'll need to spread this out, spread this out a lot further. Maybe kind of bring these in, tighten it up in the corner of the eye, here, and then get some more in the corner of this eye. Then eventually I'll need more down here as well. So spreading them out now will probably be my priority. So we'll grab this, and then we'll hit shift right click, slide edge tool. We'll try that out. Start to pull this in. We'll grab our multi mode. Kind of get these closer together here. And I'll probably, since these are coming into the side now, I'll draw this in here, and then maybe draw this down. That's kind of an up-res. and we'll have a lot of history at this point. So let's see if we can delete history, delete by type history. So that cleared that out. Alright, so this, and you guessed it, this will probably end up being more geometry coming in to the eye. Mesh, Sculpt Geo tool. Maybe make that a little larger here. Cool, so now that some of this stuff is sliding over, I might want to remake some of those connections or just keep them. Those kind of thoughts that I'm having. I'm just going to undo a little bit and see how the shape is changing and if I would like it better or worse how it was. You know what? We'll just redo, and we'll just keep that. We'll just keep the change, and then I can remake those connections. Grab you, or multi-mode is probably more efficient. Pull this here. And collapse you out. Delete that. I'm just going to hold this geometry up because I have way too much coming into the eye right now. So, yeah. So we'll just kind of play with this while we have this here, and then if I need to bring that down, I can. But I think I'll be able to manage without having another loop coming into the eye. So some of this I'm going to pull over and tighten up this way. So we'll grab you, shift double click, shift right click, slide edge tool, bring these down, double click, that's right. You can't do your loop selection tools with this tool enabled. So let's grab our points, middle mouse button drag, grab our points. Let's see if it will work with every other edge. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. It works fine. So we'll spread you out. Cool, I think I could slide this down some more. So I was hoping that I would be able to use that on a vert, but I was not. So let's just go and then enable our move tool. kind of move these guys. So now that I'm spreading out the detail, I'm liking it, the amount that I have. Before I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I have so many. But now it's working. It's working well because it's spreading out, and I'm having a nice parameterization going with my faces. I'll have enough geometry for blinking. That's kind of a problem. A lot of time to remedy that, I'll model the eye closed. Even if I need to model it open afterwards, I'll just make sure I have enough points. So this middle part, I'll pull out. Okay, there we are. We'll get that kind of in here. Cool. So just kind of doing what I can with these points. I know there are a lot of points in here. So it's going to take some more time to get them corrected. But in times when I find that no matter what I do, I can't get the shapes that I want, because I have so much geometry, I'll just delete it, delete every other edge, get the shape, and then just add them back in. But I don't seem to be having too much of a problem yet. So if that's ever an issue, I'll go ahead and do that. Let's grab some points. There we are. So mesh, sculpt geo. Geo, you're the one. So along with singing, I can do bad puns. Alright, so we'll grab these guys, bring them down. Kind of pull this down. Cool. Alright, so we're getting a shape. Let's get these two guys here. We'll just turn on soft selection, pull this out, and then we'll just start rounding that off just a little bit. Start rounding you off. Here, we'll start pulling you out. Good deal. So this area here, I feel like doing a couple things to it. Maybe grabbing these points, pulling it up a little higher here. Just kind of looking at the reference, getting that inspiration. Maybe start pulling these forward a bit. Okay. We'll get these here. And I might get more distance here for this point. Kind of round that off. Not round it off, but exaggerate that shape. So there. We'll just continue to move these guys down, shape it up, and I'm kind of feeling it out. Kind of think about taking these guys and just rounding it up some more so we get our soft selection. Just kind of pull that up. So I'm liking that. Maybe flatten this out some more down here. Whoops, wrong key altogether. So we'll take this, start flattening these guys down. Maybe push this out a little bit because it looked like the nose sits higher up and then there's kind of like a bulge here, so kind of get that going. For the most part, I'm pretty satisfied with the shape. Now we should start finalizing the eye area. Put holding edges for the lids, put a little thickness there, and then start focusing on the mouth and nose. So let's grab the eye. Eye. And then turn off tweak mode pull that forward. And then let's start to get this finalized. So I'll grab the multi, kind of shape that out. Pull this out a little bit. Softer selection. There we are. Get that out. This is pretty faceted here, so let's first get tweak mode back, and then just start rounding that out. Okay. Just looking at the different points, making sure that they're not flat in multiple axes, and there are quite a few points and axes, so or in different ways that they can be flat. So that's what I'm working on now. Maybe take this corner, pull it in some. Okay, and then here, there's still some sliding to do. I'll just do it by hand. It won't hurt me. It will only make me stronger. Harder, better, faster, stronger. Okay. There we are. Cool. So now we'll just grab this loop, 2-edge loop, turn off soft selection, we'll extrude, bring it in, we'll scale that in just a little bit, maybe together. Okay, so that's not horrible. Not the greatest connections, but it's kind of working. The corner of the eye will go and we'll pull in more. Maybe start pulling some of this out to try to give even distance for the lid. Start to pull that out a little bit. So I'm going to add kind of a loop in here and just kind of push it in a little bit, and that would be kind of usually there's kind of this bag overlap that you get with your eye loops or with your lids. So this is kind of more make this follow the contour of the eye, and it will give us kind of that overhang feel. So you'll see in just a sec. So we're just going to pull that in here, and then now I can take this and just start pulling, pushing and pulling here. Let's get tweak back. Multi. So then we'll just really control click there. So now I can take this, kind of push this in here, play with this since it's a little flat, and then this can end up being beveled. So we'll spread this out some more. Okay. So we're just spreading this detail out a little bit. Let's fix this area here. Pull this back up. Alright, so now what I'll do, I'll kind of play with this just a tad more. Kind of put this in. And then we'll select the loop and then do a edge ring, or excuse me, a bevel. Grab that. There we are. Just continuing to spread this out. Cool. So this I might want to spread out some more. Pull this down. Bring these points down. Like so. So then when I put that bevel, I'll have room actually. So then we'll take this, pull that down, and that will give us kind of the bag area, even though this technically can be it as well. So let's pull it in some more before I do it. Let me pull this out some. Okay. So we're just shaping this out. Cool. Refine that out. There we are. And tweak tool is a lifesaver. Alright, so with this, I'm going to go and 2-edge loop, then bevel, bevel. So that'll give me that. And I'll probably pull the corner in some more. So we'll go ahead and get these in, pull these in. Yeah, definitely get this corner in a bit. There we are. So that kind of feels right, and we'll have geometry there, we can blank and all that stuff. I can refine the corner some more, but I think I'm okay. A couple things I will do though, I will make sure to add in those loops. So that basically the eyes primarize, this is kind of matching the density on the top and bottom, and that's something that a lot of people miss out. So the rigger is kind of out of luck um, with trying to get things flat and matching. So something to keep in mind. Here, riggers are plenty complain about that. So we got that, and we'll just round this off. We get these guys, shape that out. Cool beans. Round, round, round. Okay, we'll get that. Alright, so we got that. Maybe start pulling this in some more too. And I think we should be good with eyes. Maybe tighten this up down here a bit. Start rounding out this shape here. Shape that out. This I can probably pull this way. There we are. Let me start sliding this over for the mouth a bit. This is going to scream a relax. We'll definitely need more geo down here. Maybe from here down. Cool. So I'm going to grab a few of these points. Sculpt geometry tool. I'll start drawing some of these edges into the nose a bit. Maybe play with this shape here. Widen out the nose. I'll pull this into the nose. Whoops. Let's grab the right tools. Delete that. Okay, so let's start adding some edges. I'm going to start from this middle point first. This middle one here, and then start pulling it out. And then start moving and rounding. Just shape that out. Nose is pretty wide and not kind of round at all, so we'll just hit B, grower selection. Cool, so I'm looking at this, and I might want to take this and just bring that up into this edge. grab you guys. Bam.
Oh, you're in there.
You start shaping it out.
I just see his mom. I was like trying to get out of here last Thursday. I had vacation. And failure, testing failure. Mom having gives here. It started off really nice, and then she started pleading with me. And then she started like, she's like, what do you know about it? She's like, how old are you anyway? Do you even have kids? And I was like, 35. I have kids. Or have a kid. I'm gonna get working here. I know. I was just like, man, I'm really not comfortable with the direction that this conversation is going. And I'm gonna turn you over to my supervisor. Or something, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm like, any favors that were gonna happen aren't gonna happen. So, thanks for insulting. Right. I'm sure I will, but
You can dream though, right?
yeah.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Alright, we'll bring you down this way. Shape that out. Cool, so overall the overlapping shapes, they're reading nicely and all that. We just need to go and just move points, really. So that is what I'm doing. Some of these guys we can take and wrap around this nose here. That should work. I'm really feeling adding more edges in here, but I'll hold off on that since we're really upresing the nose and such right now. The nose is actually a lot wider than what I have, so let's go ahead and fix it. way I have it, the nose is like too bulbous on the bottom. We can fix this by either pulling this back in or bringing the bottom lip out. We'll try that one. So then we'll shape that out. Under multi. Gotta love that multi mode. Okay, we'll get these out. Right, slide this back and up a little bit. Cool. So that shape is feeling more like this. I think I might need to pull this down to more, but it's reading much better. Now some of these guys I'm looking, and I might want to start having them kind of radiate around the mouth here, because I have a lot of this coming down into this area from the cheek up into here, and that might limit some of my motion, so I'm going to want to start taking these and just kind of wrapping them around here. So I'm just going to delete these old connections, delete edge, turn off my soft selection here, and then I'm just going to start drawing. Let's start with this loop. I'm going to take it, and then I'm just going to bring it in here. This would be kind of an up-res type of thing. So that's going to come that way, and then this is going to come in here. I'm going to delete this connection and just play with that. So these will come up this way. Now, these lines, I will go and just start drawing them into here. So I have this this lip, So this is that first part of the lip, and then I have this is the next part. So then I have one more, two more, three. Let's see, actually more than that. So then we'll grab these guys, pull them in, pull them in, and then take this and just kind of put this in here. So let's go ahead and play with those shapes here. This can come back and wrap around. These will pull inside, so we'll get those in there. These will go inside here. These guys will come in, wrap around. And then I got another one. And then this one will come outside. This one would be a up-res pattern. Play with these shapes. And pull these back.
Yeah, so it's
Grab these suckers. Pull that in. Pull this in. And cool. And grab these guys, pull them in. I'll drag that here. Pull this in. And we'll grab you, delete you. Cool, and then I'll take this, whoops, draw this out. Take these out here. Delete you. Cool, and then just start rounding off that shape a bit. So shape that out. Cool. So now with these loops, we should be able to get. We'll have a radial coming around in the mouth, and then we should be able to get more shapes with these. Because the radial pattern is an important one within these model universe. So there we are. Okay, we'll just play with this weight down here. Fill this out. Okay, just kind of rounding this off, kind of matching this shape here. Filling this out. Oh. Start filling this out some more. Looking at these flat points, just trying to round them off. Alright, so I'm just going to sculpt geometry tool some of this here. Mesh, sculpt geometry tool. Let's get this outer part, and I got to be careful since there is so much geometry in here. It just may start collapsing on top of each other. Okay, so from here, we'll just draw these through. Get rid of you. Round that off. Round that off. It's continuing to fill the shape that's here. This void. I'll collapse this down. This is part of that error that I had before, so then these lines will just kind of draw down into the body. Get rid of you. Delete edge. These guys I'll just collapse. Control right click to edge ring and collapse. That will flatten that out. And then this I'll try to just bring across and the round off as well. Grab these guys and just straighten this out. And then from here I can go ahead and I'll relax some at the bottom. Mesh, sculpt geometry tool, larger brush, relax some of that out. So yeah, this is relaxing out okay. And then what I'll do, I'll kind of round this off a little bit to kind of transition from here down into the neck. So then we'll just grab this, just draw it down. Actually, I'll draw this one down first, round it off, then add the surrounding edges. Cool, so then we'll grab these guys, split them down. Same here, split you down. And then I can sculpt geo that, and that should more or less work okay for me. Vertex, grab you, mesh, sculpt geometry tool, and we'll fill you up. Cool. So some of these guys are going to be coming down this way and just kind of shape up the front a bit. So there's 1, 2, 3. So what I'll do my insert edge loop tool with 3. Fill it up right here where I can and just get rid of it where I don't want it. Cool. So I got that. It's going to come around all the way around this way, and I'm going to kind of stop it here-ish. So we'll grab these edges and just delete them. So control right mouse button click. We'll do a collapse. Control right click or shift right click, collapse. And then we'll grab all these guys here. To edge loop. See, it stops here, it goes all the way across, and then I can just delete edge. All right, so I also need to figure out what to do with these guys, and that can happen once I relax. I can maybe add an insert loop here. And then bring these numbered down. We'll just kind of add 1 here. Boop. And we'll sculpt geometry tool. Grab a larger brush. Mesh, sculpt geometry tool. Cool, so we'll fill that out. We can kind of up-res that leg here. So we can just go ahead from here, grab that sucker, bring it down. Delete that. Move this around, fill that out. And then I can take this and just kind of draw it into the leg. I think that would be appropriate. Bam. So we got that down. These are down here. Grab our verts. And then cool, so we got that here. We'll definitely need some of those loops to come up down this way, but I won't really worry too much about that. Face is feeling a little flat, so we can go ahead and round that off a bit. It's probably a good spot to delete history. Edit, delete by type, history, and then let's see, maybe grab a lattice and kind of round that out a bit. Yeah, so we'll grab these verts here, and we'll hit F2 on our keyboard, create deformer lattice, and then we're going to want points in X. So we'll hit Control A. So we'll grab, and then we'll go grab our lattice points here, grab these two, hit B, or move and then B, then bring up the radius. And then we're going to need some divisions here too. So with that, we can go ahead, maybe grab these guys. We'll turn off tweak mode, because having the manipulator for this might make things easier. Let's bring down the radius. And start pulling this out some. Grab like this guy here. Play around with that. And then what I'm going to actually do, I'm going to delete the lattice. Kind of see the shape. We'll undo. I like it, so I'll bake it. Delete history. History, bam. Cool. Alright, so I might want to start bringing, because I'm looking at this and it's looking weird, and the reason is there's really no arcs or anything. It looks good here, but here I have this arc here, and then this kind of a weird fall off. So we're gonna need to play with this a bit. Maybe even take this center area and just pull it up. So I think that will read a little better, but then I'll have to take this nose up to. So now the mouth kind of reads a little better. So let's undo and see the difference. Yeah, this shape really wasn't working for us, and now that shape feels a lot better from underneath. Probably need to poof this out some more though. Make this smaller. So head is resolving pretty nicely. Body is coming along. We can go ahead and start bringing this geometry down. We'll need more spans for the ankle area. We'll bring these down. Start shaping this out. Cool, so we'll just get rid of that soft selection. This will be one toe here. This will be kind of the in-between area where the toe is. This would be this outer toe, or middle toe, and this will be the outer one. So we just take those points and just make them work relatively. Kind of bring that down a bit. Collapse you down. Edge. Collapse. Shift right click. Collapse. Alright. So we'll split you across here. Delete you. Okay, we're going to grab this down. So let's go ahead and multi this. Fill out this area. Okay, so we're just rounding off the shapes of the toes. go ahead and add some more geo. Bam, bam, and then just round it off.
How could you not think of that? Usually they never use it, or they only have one section ever.
Looks like these guys hit D, slide it down. Whoops. Slide it down with the scale tool instead. So we hit D, slide that down, then scale.
And you can do that? Raising your safe without
Connect those. These guys will bring up and across. Okay, so we'll collapse that down there. And we'll need more loops in here for this foot to kind of deform. So we'll add one. Couple loops here.
I was gonna say, I'll just force it. It's at the convention center. I don't mind it so much.
Delete the straight verts.
How much it costs, or just
We'll grab multi. Just bring up tweak mode, save us some time. Yep, so just grabbing points right now and just playing with our shape. This is probably one of the easier parts, this foot here. So we're just going through. There might be a need for an up-res there. Okay. So we'll got that. Straighten that out. Let's add some more in here. Scale that down. Just kind of play with these guys, kind of flatten this out a bit. Round this off. Shape that out just a bit. So we're just picking up the volume some more. And then we'll just scale and taper this with a lattice. All right. Grab that, scale it. Kind of bring that down. So now we will lattice. And then this will be to kind of taper down this portion here. So create deformer, lattice. Cool. So we'll grab these points on the lattice points. Lattice points, grab you guys, hit B. Bring up that radius and scale. We'll turn off tweak mode. Pull that out. Maybe scale that out just a little bit. Make the brush size a little smaller. Here we are. Cool, so we'll delete history to bake that lattice, or let's delete that and kind of see the change. I like that shape better, so now we'll delete it. Delete by type. History. So that's more or less kind of a rough out for the foot. We'll grab these guys. F3, Mesh, Sculpt Geo tool. And just a few more loops in here. Cool, so then I can just relax that out. Okay, so we can go ahead and just bring these up and across to help support that out. As the tail, we'll hit B. Okay, so more or less, that's the general process for going through the character. We can definitely will need more spans in this tail here. These loops that I kind of terminated down here will come through the back because there's not enough stuff here in the back. So kind of looking at this, I'm going to hide this other half, proxy layer hide, and then that will give me access to these guys. So I have 4 loops that I want to bring, or I have up to 4 loops that I want to bring across. Couple things first. Let's get this to just come across here and just kind of delete that. What did I do? Oh, okay, I'm not sure if that went through or not, but I feel like drawing from here to here will work best. And then I can take this down the leg some more. Alright, and then I'll draw you down the tail. We'll keep that there. I'll also draw you up the tail. And with these guys, I can probably do an up-res this way. So we'll take this, draw it here, and then this, my up-res coming up this way, here. So we'll have that, play around with our points. Let's turn on our tweak tool, or tweak mode. So we got that. Delete you. And we'll take you down into here. So we'll get rid of you. Bam. Delete. We'll get rid of you. Delete you. So that's cleaning up a little nicer than what was there previously. And that's just with the up-res. Up-res. We can go ahead and just start taking these down. We'll pull these down here. Boom, connect. Grab you. And I'll probably just terminate that there. We'll grab some points. And then sculpt geo. Mesh, sculpt geometry tool. Cool, I'll just keep that there. That should be fine, but I do want to spread this out a little bit. So now I can go ahead, add some loops, insert edge loop here. We'll add multiple, maybe we'll add like 9 loops. We'll relax. Vertex, grab you guys. And then we'll sculpt geometry tool. Get a larger brush here. Bam. Cool. So that quickly shaped out nicely. And we have some weird stuff to get over here. Let's just go ahead and play with that. Split poly. Split that across. We'll split this down. We'll grab these guys. Turn off tweak. Just kind of shape that up. And for these guys, I'll probably just collapse this all to one point, kind of like that. Pull these in and scale this down. And there. Spread this out. So I'll add like 2 loops towards the end. So we'll grab our insert edge loop tool option box. We'll just do 1. Boom, boom. Cool. So let's go ahead and bring back our character. Let's see here how this reads. It reads a little long over here, maybe. Maybe these cheeks need to be pulled out some more. But essentially, that is kind of the process there. We'll just clean this up some more. We'll select these guys. Mesh. I'm just going to select everything. And then just do mesh, sculpt geometry tool. There. And then clean this up. shape this stuff out. Kind of grab these, maybe scale it straight there. Cool. So it's feeling like the character. Some points that I'm gonna want to address. Mouth cavity, how this is feeling, kind of flat down here, but that's not terribly important. What is important is the mouth cavity, getting the mouth cavity and teeth in. Those are going to be important parts. The brow will be important, and getting some costume on the character. The character will read fine and be fine how it is, but I'll show kind of a process that I like to use to kind of instance moves between different repeating pieces of geometry. So we'll go ahead and make a little chef's hat for our character. So let's go ahead and save this. File, save scene as. I'm like, where am I? We'll go ahead to scenes, and then we'll go red panda, final stretch. Let's save as and call that an end.